computer record as being a provisional, and that vote won't get counted until they've verified
until
the
they
stuff.
know that the absentee
and
is
the
not
AB
there.
hasn't come in.
Okay,
Right.
Great. Are all personnel involved in polling operations regular employees of the elections office?
No.
These are volunteers.
Yeah.
Technical support persons hired on a temporary basis. What about the tech support?
The techies are, and we
Hired
had
on a temporary basis.
no. They are staff at
Staff of
at
registrar.
and they came out and helped us set up and made sure that the computers were all working right, that the touch screens were all working right. They were here, the day we set up, and then half of the first day of
Okay.
voting.
And if you had to troubleshoot technically, who do you call?
We have hotlines that we can call for both data entry and for technical services. In fact, we just had a machine that we don't know why, but it told the voter that her vote had been canceled, and then the card's supposed to pop out when that happens.
Yeah.
Well, the card didn't come out.
Yeah.
So we called Norwalk. We had an answer back in 5 minutes. He told us we had to power the machine down, start it up again.
Yeah.
And that did spit the card out, so now the machine is operational again.
Okay, did she see her BBPAT before all that happened?
Nothing printed. I mean, it was right early.
So she started over.
So we had to reprogram a card and start a card for her and start her over on another
And
machine.
start over
Yeah.
again.
And that's really the only
Glitch that was
yeah.
today.
The other glitch that we've had is that the machine is programmed to shut down if the person doesn't touch the screen for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's the idea is the person walks away, somebody else can't come up and vote their ballot without going through the ID process.
Yeah.
So the first 2 days we had some people, foreign language speakers, who were also sort of unsure about everything.
Right.
And the machine popped their card out.
Okay.
But since then, we haven't had that problem.
Let me just ask you, in the case of the glitch where the voter was told that her vote was canceled, she never saw a BBPAT, you powered down, you gave her a smart
Yeah,
card.
she never saw anything because
No.
nothing's recorded unless the
Right.
person casts a ballot.
Right. So at the end of the day, and of the machines anyway, you'll have how many people voted on the machine.
Oh, yes.
and you. So
Oh, yes.
you would notice
Yeah.
anything funny. Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. So vendor staff or representatives. Do you have vendor staff or representatives come in during the early voting to troubleshoot?
Well, only if we have a problem. And there is at least one vendor staff at the Norwalk office.
So he might have.
And we can talk to him if we need, he'll be the one who often calls us if there's some
Staff.
real touchscreen issue that we can't solve ourselves.
And the database, the electronic database of which you're getting the registration confirmations. If there's ever any tech support needed for that, who supplies that?
We have 3 blocks. We can talk with working full-time staff and so the providers, and so we can walk you through.
Because the database and the database is a contract, and you've had those.
Oh no. The voter database is the property of the Registrar Recorder's Office. The DBOL doesn't have anything to do with the voter database.
Doesn't.
Huh.
Okay, method used to check in voters. Electronic poll book, voters given certificate or voter slip. Hard copy poll book roster, voters sign on poll book roster.
No.
Other, please describe
Well,
briefly.
if you want to take one of these, you can take the blue card.
Right, because that's how
And
it's
then
done.
the other thing is the back of their sample ballot, which is a request for an absentee.
Right.
Early voting is one form of absentee voting.
Yeah.
So-
So it's a sample ballot, and I think what it is that what they're trying to get at, method used to check voters in, is when you're given your smart card. That's when you told me that sort of automatically.
That has their specific precinct programmed on it, and so only their ballot
So
will
when
come
you
up.
key it, it goes to the database like this person's voting now. They shall
Actually,
not vote
yeah,
again.
yeah.
So that's
Right.
basically how they're checked in,
Right.
rather than. So
Yeah.
it's sort of an electronic poll book method, sort of.
I think you're right this way.
What was I going to say?
Well, you were talking
Well,
about this is a way to
Yeah.
check in because
Yeah.
you have to give somebody your actual.
Oh, and then when the person actually comes up to get their card, we've given them a number. So
Yes.
say you're the voter, you
Right,
would
right,
have
right.
this number.
Right.
We would go process your card.
Right.
The card would be stuck in here with your name.
Right.
And your number.
Right.
Then we would come out and call either your name or your number.
Right.
And then get the card from you, which
Yeah.
matches with this.
Right, right.
And then you get your card and go into the booth.
And by that point, the electronic poll book somewhere says this person is now voting. So that if
Yeah.
I were to show up in my precinct on election day,
Oh,
it says
the other thing
in the big paper
Yeah.
book that everybody
every
uses.
day, the people in Norwalk monitor the names that are being processed as we go through. Starting now, but Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be making up a sheet of the names of all the people in every single precinct in the county who have voted touchscreen. And they will either FedEx those or hand carry them to every precinct inspector.
So
So
that'll
that they
be a-
have that on Tuesday.
So I'll be working
and they
at
can
polls,
put it
so
in
someone
their book.
will, and they
You
can
will
put it in the
receive
book.
it either by FedEx or by personal
Here,
delivery.
please. Let's go ahead and drop
Yeah.
your card right here.
If machines were
coming
used
in.
to check voters in, how many were in use? Well, the key card is
We
the
have
only machine that's
we have
used.
3 computers and we actually have 4
Yeah.
potential data entry machines with card burners, but almost the entire time, only 2 or possibly 3 are in use.
Okay.
The 4th one's on my computer,
Uh-huh.
and I rarely go into the voter database
And your
because I have other
computer
stuff.
is given you by the registrar.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
part of your
it's
job.
it's called the supervisor's computer, and it's used for doing email primarily. But if we were really, really busy,
Yeah.
I could look something up. Or if sometimes the computers just decide to quit, in which case you've got.
Is that a closed system, or are you going through the internet on your
Oh no,
computer?
it's not internet. It's not.
It's
Well, it's a restricted connection.
a restricted
Yeah,
connection.
so that we can't send email out to anybody except people at the registrar's office, and we can't receive email from anybody except people at the registrar's
So
office.
it's a closed
So
line or
we
whatever
communicate
they
with
say.
them if we have questions. Every morning we tell them when we're ready to open. We tell them who's here. We tell them every evening. We tell them how many votes have been cast on each of the machines, how many hours each person worked, how many voted absentee ballots.